I have started tube feeds. Good morning. So we actually had a really hard night last night. I was in a lot of pain, and everyone was really confused because I wasn't supposed to be in a lot of pain. And so at about like 1:30 last night, they ended up giving me a higher pain medicine because right now I'm just on Tylenol. And the medicine knocked me out, but I was still in a lot of pain. And my site is really swollen. I don't know if you can tell. It is very swollen and hard and extremely tender to the touch. And it's in a lot of pain. And so the doctors came in and they're not sure if it's a surgical swelling or abnormal swelling. But everyone is saying, all the doctors are saying that I shouldn't be in this much pain. So I just had an x-ray to see what's going on. They just came in my room to do it so I wouldn't have to move around a lot. So we are just waiting on the results from that and hoping the swelling goes down. Hey guys, so my x-ray just came back. Apparently, it's just, the swelling is just from the surgery, and it's just super painful because it's really swollen. So they're giving me some pain medicine that's not Tylenol to see if maybe that'll help. I'm sure it'll help. And then it's just, everything is so clenched because it hurts so bad that I can't like relax my stomach. So then the pain medicines, when they kick in, they're just going to help to relax my stomach, which is going to help the swelling go down. And the doctor came in and they were talking about like what could be happening because everything that they thought was going on is not going on just because of tests. And so then they would do a test and it would indicate something, so they'd follow that rabbit trail and it would lead to a dead end. So they're kind of just super confused. So now they're thinking that it may just be a functional disorder. So that's basically where just my body just doesn't function right.
And they can't explain it.
And they can't explain it. So if your body doesn't function right and they can explain it, then it's a functional disorder. And then you go to a whole bunch of therapy to try and train your body to function right. And that they said it took a while for this to manifest, so it's probably gonna take a while for it to go away. So they didn't say for sure like if it will ever go away completely, but they do seem to think that I won't have to have this tube forever. So that's not gonna be a blessing, but you know, whatever happens is, you know, gonna happen and it's gonna be okay. So super thankful. Hey guys, so I have started tube feeds. It is only going at 20 milliliters an hour, which is not a lot. Like I make more spit than that. Like, it is really just a little bit. And so it's just gonna be trickling in a little bit at a time all night, and then tomorrow morning they're gonna see how I feel and see how I handled it, and then they're gonna pump it up. So we're just taking things real slow because last time when I got my first feeding tube up my nose, it was not very good. And they started my tube feeds at 75, and I had gone 9 weeks without nutrition, and so my body had a freak out moment where it was just like, oh my gosh, I have way too much nutrition, I have no idea what to do with this. So it kind of just freaked out, and I had a lot of pain and bloating and just other things that were just not very pleasant at all. So they're starting it real slow because I have not been getting enough nutrition since like over a month ago. So I was prescribed Tylenol for the pain, right? And that was not working very well. And I was in a lot of pain and I was not manageable. And they were trying to get me to drink and have like ice and just kind of suck on ice. But I was in so much pain. I was not about to just vomit. It was bad. And they were just giving me Tylenol. And so finally, the doctor came in today and she has, she doesn't want to be pushing as much medicine through my tube because they're starting me at 20 milliliters an hour through my tube. But then like the medicines that I take, all the liquid medicines, it was adding up to like 60 to 80 milliliters of medicine and water that they have to put through the tube. And that was all within like 2 or 5 minutes. And so that is a lot more than 20 an hour because it was like 80 in 5 minutes. And so that was, my body was bloating and I was having a lot of pain. And so they were just like, okay, so we're just gonna give you less medicine to put through your tube. So they gave me IV pain medicine, and it's not like super strong or anything, but it is doing more for my pain than just the Tylenol was. It is it's helping more. It's not like my pain's not gone, but you don't necessarily want your pain to be gone because your body needs to get used to the pain. And if you never have any pain, when they stop the pain medicine, then it's just gonna hurt really bad because you're not used to the pain. So we still want there to be a little bit of pain so that my body can get used to it, but we want it to be manageable, that I'm not like keeling over because that hurts so bad. So they gave me just a small dose of IV pain medicine, and then they are also changed one of my other medicines to IV, so I just have 2 medicines that have to go through my tube. And we are having problems where it is bleeding just a little bit, but that is somewhat normal. So we've had to change the gauze twice today, but they are hoping that it'll scab up and start healing soon, because that would mean I get to go home. So they blow your stomach up with air when they put the tube in, and then the tube is actually held in place by a balloon that they fill with water. So like a water balloon is in my stomach right now. What even? But anyway, so they put the water balloon in your stomach and it holds the tube in place. And then every 3 months they have to fill up the balloon again and then change the tubing, because the tubing gets really nasty because it's like inside your body. And so they have to change the tubing and then just make sure like it doesn't get clogged or anything. So every 3 months I'm going to have my tubing changed. And so then they're just going to check the water balloon and make sure it's all okay. But anyway, so when you get the surgery, it swells because it's surgical swelling, and as it swells down, it's your skin is just going to heal around the tube. But mine is just not healing as fast as the swelling is going down, so that's what's causing the bleeding. But it's normal, so it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding. It's okay. But they we just have to like watch it and make sure it's not bleeding too much. But it's barely, like, that was changed like 2 hours ago, so it's really not bleeding a lot. It's just kind of just a little bit. So and I was actually able to sit in a chair today, and that is like huge progress, because like yesterday I could like not even get, like I could not, like laying down, I was in so much pain, and then the bed like props itself up and I just could not. And then like when I had to get up to go like pee, it was so bad. I had no idea how much you use your stomach muscles. Lifting up your head uses your stomach muscles. And I had no idea. Because, like, I mean, it makes sense now that I think about it, but everything hurt so bad. Like, I could not move. It hurt. But then I was able, after they gave me, they actually gave me Tylenol, and then just a little while after, they gave me the liquid, not the liquid, the IV medicine. So I was able to sit up in a chair and be kind of at that 90-degree angle that you're, I don't know what I'm doing with my hand. The 90-degree angle that you're supposed to, like, you know, like I was sitting up in a chair, and it was really good because I have not been in that position since my surgery. So it's good that I was finally able to do that. And so I actually have a friend here in the hospital, and if you guys could pray for her, that would be awesome. But since I was able to sit in a chair today, they gave me permission to be in a wheelchair to go visit her. So I'm so excited to be able to see her tomorrow. We've been FaceTiming, and I am gonna be glad to be out of these four walls. So we are just kind of still chilling. We are seeing what this 20 milliliters an hour, how it takes all night. When they started it, I was really bloated, but my body seems to be getting used to it. It's still not super comfortable, and I can feel it going in, but I mean, I could feel my feeds. I could feel my feeds before, so it's kind of like getting back used to the sensation, because I haven't had that sensation in over a month, and so my body was like, oh, finally, you're done with that crazy stuff. And then it's like, you gave it back to me. And I was like, yes, of course I did. You know, it's keeping you alive. So it's just a weird sensation to have to get used to again, but it is not overly painful. So I'm hoping that by morning we're able to pump the rate up so that I can be able to hopefully go home Friday or Saturday or Sunday this weekend. We really don't want to be in here for another week, but you know, if it means that they're able to help me and get me better, then I definitely don't want to go home too soon. I don't want to have to go home and then turn around and come back the next day, or go home and then something happens. So I'm definitely not just going to escape the hospital and run away, but I am really ready to be home. So anyway, with that, I will say that I will update you tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a good night.